An inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via, and I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder in Red Onion State Prison in Pound, Virginia, in the USA. This is my podcast, Red Onion Randy. I hope you enjoy listening to me today. Today, we have a bit of a special episode. As I previously mentioned, we now have a toll-free number, U.S. and international, for my listeners to call and ask a question or leave a message. And we're going to start that episode today. And I have some additional news, which I'll get to momentarily. First, let me re-give the phone numbers out. In the U.S., it's 1-888-524-1932. And the international number is +1 888-524-1932. Make sure you call the phone numbers, ask me some questions, man. I would love to interact with y'all. I would love to hear from y'all, because that is what validates me, is hearing y'all's voices, hearing y'all's responses saying that I'm helping y'all. As a matter of fact, a little boy, I don't know how old he is, he's maybe 4 or 5 years old or something like that, and his mom, they left a message saying that, they listen to me all the time, and that was just so heartwarming and wonderful to have that experience, that I'm not only helping adults, but I have the opportunity to reach a small child and maybe keep them from making some of the dumbass mistakes that I made. So please reach out to me, ask your questions, leave some messages. I promise you, I will answer them. I don't care how long it takes, I will eventually answer them. I have a question from John Q. Smith that I'm going to answer in just 1 second, because I do have a bit of news. In addition to the phone number that you can now call to ask questions and be recorded and be added to the podcast as a part of the podcast, we are going to take about a 4, maybe 5 week break from our podcast. And it's not that we need a break, because as y'all have known by now, I pretty much get to talking. I don't know when to shut up. But it's so that we can upgrade some of our equipment, upgrade some of our procedures, and so on and so forth. But we're also moving to YouTube. We'll still remain on Apple, Google, and Spotify for a time, but my team feels, and I feel, that it would be best that we could reach more people if we was on YouTube, that we could help more people if we was on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make the transition during our time off. So I hope y'all follow me to YouTube, and I hope y'all enjoy, and that y'all aren't too upset that we're going to be gone for a couple of weeks. I do apologize for that, but we will be back. You don't have to worry about that. Now, to the episode. Let's go to our first question from John Q. Smith.
Hey, Randall. Thanks for setting this up. I've listened to all 100 of your episodes. I have a question. My name is John Q. Smith from Roanoke, Virginia. I've had a friend that's been locked up for about 20 years now, since we were kids, and he still has 20 plus years left. I wasn't involved with him when he got in trouble, but I would like to reach out and maybe start sending some letters and see how he's doing. But I don't want to interrupt maybe his rehabilitation or what he's going through. Is there anything to consider about how to approach the situation or anything, or I just want to talk about our childhood and just see how he's doing.
I appreciate your question, man, and here's my answer. Personally, I would highly recommend for you to reach out to your friend in prison. Even though it has been 20 years, he's going to remember you. And I guarantee you, he thinks about y'all's childhood together just as much as you do. Because that's one thing that we do in here is, we reminisce a lot on our childhood. We think about it. I never really had friends growing up just because of, the environment I've lived in and the location I lived in and so on and so forth. But I still go back a lot of times and I think about stuff. And he's going to do the same thing. We all do. I've been in prison for 31 years. There's not a single person in here that I have not met or that I have not been acquainted with in some form, shape, or fashion to where we have not talked about our childhood together. We talk about it a lot in here because, one, it gives us something to talk about. Two, it takes us back to a time when we had some hope or we still had dreams or, life was still pretty good, so on and so forth. So without question, dude, he's going to want to hear from you, man. He's going to want to talk to you. And on the off chance that he doesn't, he's going to let you know. But I can tell you right now, man, people in prison, dude, we want to talk to people on the street. We crave talking to people on the street, especially someone we haven't talked to in 20 years. Now, I don't know who your friend is. You never said his name, which I probably wouldn't recognize it anyway because we all go by nicknames in here. But, I don't know this dude, but I know prisoners. He wants to hear from you, man. So what you do is this. You go onto the Virginia DOC website, and they have a list of every single inmate in the state of Virginia and their Virginia state number and what prison they're in and so on and so forth. And you just got to just type in his name and get his state number and then go to JPay and sign up to write him on the kiosk, to email one another because everybody in the state of Virginia is getting free brand new JP6 players. They're taking their sweet time passing them out, but they are passing them out institution to institution. So, dude, yeah, man, I highly recommend that you reach out to him, man. He's going to get a kick out of that. He's going to feel really good about it. And, you get a chance to reconnect with your friend. You get a chance to help this dude because it's the thing. He might not have anybody. There literally might not a single person on this earth outside these prison walls that he talks to. So you might be doing something to really, really help this guy. And then again, maybe he's got 300 people writing him and he doesn't have time for you. I don't know. But I pretty much guarantee, though, that he's going to write back, man, and he's going to want to kick it with you again. So, yeah, I highly recommend it, man. Do it. Thank you for reaching out to me, man. Thank you for asking me this question and giving me an opportunity to interact with you a little bit because, this puts a smile on my face. This makes me happy to be able to do this, to be able to give you some information and hopefully help this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about helping people. That's what we got to do, man. That's how we make this life worth living. It's to be a blessing and a help to others, man. So definitely reach out to him and be a blessing and a help to him. God bless, man, and take care. This has been Red Onion Randy. Thank you for listening to me. Stay tuned because we may have some surprises for you. We may throw up a bonus episode or two. But please call us. Ask your questions. Be a part of the podcast. It's crazy that I'm sitting here in a Supermax penitentiary and I have an interactive podcast with my fans. The world's definitely going to hell in a handbasket, but we'll make the best of it. Take care, stay safe, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you for using GTL.